Hello and welcome back to the second round of the European Jigsaw Puzzle Championship. I am Fruzina Wilhelm and I'm going to be one of your hosts along with my co-host Kati Raina
Hi.
from Germany. She's actually going to be competing in round C,
That's
but
correct.
you might know her name from her being the German champion and also getting amazing placement at the World Championships. So she's going to be commentating on what is happening in the qualifier round B with me now. Welcome to the stream.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
How do you find the competition so far?
Nice. It's very good. I also like the venue here.
Yes.
The dome.
Oh yeah. This is the Hungarian Dome.
Yeah. It's pretty. The temperature's very convenient,
Yes.
compared to outside.
Yeah, I haven't been outside in a while, but it is cooler than yesterday, but it's still pretty warm.
Yeah.
And yeah, while we are chatting along here, the competitors are being prepared for what is going to happen in their round already. So there's some rounds of applause going on. Yeah, just as in the previous rounds, just the general information that they shouldn't be touching their puzzles yet. And who is going to qualify. We're going to have 62 people qualifying from this round to move on to the finals. And just general organizational information that is useful for everyone. There's going to be a lot of helpers walking around. And yes, so we're waiting for the timer to start. We're going to the countdown.
How many people are in this round in total?
In this round, we have a total of 128 people.
Okay. So
And
about the half of the people.
It might be a bit more because it is actually possible to sign up for the competition just today on the day, because they have, as you can see sometimes in the feed, if you look at like the entire room, there are free tables. So if you still hurry and you're somewhere in the Budapest area, you might make it for round C if you decide to want to compete today.
Yes, and sure, you can also sign up for pairs and teams.
Yes, exactly. So it is possible still to sign up. So it might be a little bit more people than 128, but registered and beforehand is 128 people.
So a half-ish of the people are going to succeed.
Yes, so around about a half. And then we have some pretty big names. This is also going to be a very exciting round that we're going to see. We have Christian from Poland, Christian Niedziela, who was third place this last year at the World Championship. We also have Chiara Dell'Antonio, who you have seen and heard in the previous round co-hosting. And Brigitta Pozsa, who has also managed quite a number of big results at World Championships before. She's representing Hungary. Markéta Freislerova from the Czech Republic. And Victoria Gyure, who is also going to be competing. And a big number of other pretty fast puzzlers. So this is also going to be a very exciting round for sure.
Absolutely. Just like the round before.
Yes, exactly. Well, first of all, we're just very, very excited to see what the image is going to be.
Yes, absolutely.
This is also going to be an unpublished puzzle, like the previous one, also
Which
a
we
limited
all
edition. And we're very happy about it.
Yeah.
Yes, what are you looking forward to the most?
About the whole event, or I think probably for the teams competition, because I'm competing with my team like Chiara, Victor, and Hannah. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
a very
of
nice
course.
team. We always laugh a lot, and I think we also could be competing for the top spots. So
Hopefully. Yes, and then most probably then the person that you're rooting for the most in this round is going to be Chiara, who is
Yeah.
also your pairs partner.
yes, exactly.
Is there anyone in specific that you want to see how they finish?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm just curious for how the whole competition is going to be. Also, Christian's time,
Yeah.
because he's done some very incredible finishes in EJJs.
He
like
has
in the
been
online
also
competition.
just gaining so much speed recently. So he has been doing some insane times. Also at like EJJ competitions, he has been doing under 30 minutes
Yes.
finishes sometimes, which is incredible.
Yeah, true.
So it's going to be interesting to see.
And compared to the times from round A, we might see a sub 30 from him.
We might, yes. Also with the puzzle image, it feels like that was his strength, the previous round image. But
I have no idea about his strengths.
I think he likes the cleaner images a bit more.
I know from Victor that he doesn't like busy images. So
Yeah. Yes, we're still collecting some of the information. The competitors are being briefed from the stage, but we're getting closer and closer to the countdown. There's still a couple of minutes. Yes.
I'm also very happy that Maketa can be here with the
Yes.
baby, because we weren't sure if she would come, but she's here, and I'm very
Ah,
happy.
I actually didn't know. How old is her baby?
Oh, maybe
So
3 months or so.
oh, tiny
Yeah,
then.
very, very young.
Yeah, that is also a challenge to travel like that. It's pretty cool. Also, Chiara in the previous round was very impressed by the bags, in that they are not see-through. So, like as you're sitting at the table, you can't see what puzzle is inside, which
Yeah,
is quite nice.
yeah.
So it really adds to like the surprise element of it. Yes, and at the moment, the organizers are still announcing that it is possible still to sign up for the upcoming rounds of the competition. So if someone spontaneously decides to join the competition, they still can. We can only encourage it. There's still room. The puzzles are great, and it is a great challenge.
Yeah, and also if you just not have the fastest time ever, it's still a lot of fun and a great experience.
Yes, and yeah, it's good to like test your skills if you can complete a puzzle in an hour and a half just for yourself.
Yeah.
It's not about like not necessarily about the competition.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's always best if you only compare yourself to yourself and not to the others.
I heard it once. I think it was Alejandro in an interview that I have heard with him where he was saying that like the nice thing about the puzzle competitions in general is that you don't really compete with other people, but you compete with the puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a nice way to put it because it's really like the puzzle that you have to tackle and not
Yeah.
win over somebody else.
Yeah. And I think that's also how most competitors see it. So that makes it a very friendly community and not, like trying to beat each other.
Yes, exactly. It is a very friendly atmosphere. It doesn't feel like people are adversaries to each other.
Yeah.
It's not like just because somebody else gets a better placement you're not going to be able to finish your puzzle,
Yeah, true.
which can be very motivating. And the other thing is that like since there's the pairs and teams competitions, you have to be nice to other people so that they actually want to puzzle with you later.
Yeah.
So that's also like a good motivating factor. How is it for you when you are like puzzling? Do you like still want to take in like the competition environment, or do you just want to like do the puzzle?
Kind of both. Like I feel like taking the energy from the competition and the whole atmosphere does boost me a little bit. But then when I'm in the puzzle, I just want to focus on what I'm doing and try to not like see around myself or just focus on what I'm doing.
And the countdown is coming up. People are already standing up to get ready. And the countdown is coming up. And it's
Okay.
off.
Are we also
People have
opening
started.
our
We can
bags?
also start.
Oh, okay.
And
it's a collage.
we have a collage.
Okay, I will show it into the camera. But
Not yet. We're not on the screen yet. We're just going to see the people. We can still take a look at it for now for ourselves.
Okay.
We're just going to get some images of people unboxing for now.
So it's a collage of different
collage.
travel spots.
Yeah. It might be tricky. It's hard to tell at first glance of like how quick this is going to be, but for now what we can see is people flipping so far.
It reminds me of the pairs collage from Worlds.
Yes, it is very similar. And yes, now we got
Here
the
is
picture
the
so we can
puzzle.
show the image. There it is. So it is a travel collage, all kinds of pictures of Lisbon, Portugal. So it is like very convenient for the summer. A lot of people go to Portugal for vacation. And yes, there's all kinds of like sites that you can see. There's like a baseball hat in the bottom, which
I think
can
that's
be
what I would
like
start with because it's the biggest blob of color.
yeah, that also jumps out very much, probably from the pieces as well. And
can
yeah,
take out the
we can take a
poster.
look.
Because the poster shows the whole image.
Yes, exactly. Ooh, there's a big cactus on the very
we didn't
on the
even
very
see.
left side. This is not very visible, but here on this edge, on the right side of the image, there is a big cactus, which is also like a very green, very like distinct part.
And also connecting to the edge, it might be something that people start with.
Also the globe, the little fern on top. So there's a lot of things that you can reach for, but this is definitely a busy puzzle. There's a lot of things going on here.
So if you believe Victor, it's not what Christian's strength is.
Yes, might not be.
But he's still going to be very fast.
He's still probably going to be very fast. And I was actually incorrect. It's not just about Lisbon. So the travel pictures are from all over the world. Yeah, like you can see like Hong Kong, there's like the Notre Dame, there's I think Machu Picchu,
yeah, true.
Cape Town stickers. So like travel around the world kind of, yeah, a little bit
Some
of everything.
Northern Lights.
Yes, I think this picture might have also been in one of the these travel collage pictures before. So
this one?
Yes.
I think that is similar to there is a 99-piece puzzle from Ravensburger with the llamas.
With more llamas.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's a lot of things going on. Yeah, we see Christian right now, like flipping already, and he's done with the flipping at 2 minutes and a half.
Seems like he separated the edge or something.
It might be the edge.
Some area he wants to start with.
Well, we can take a look at like how the pieces look in the box as well,
That's
just to
always
like get like an impression
Yeah.
of like what stands out the most.
For me, it's always easier to tell what stands out when seeing the pieces and not only the
Yes,
image.
exactly. It is quite tricky because as you look at the image, you definitely go for this one.
Yeah.
But like just now looking inside the box, it's not that many of those pieces. How would you go around this now?
Yeah, I was just thinking about it because there are pretty many big elements that connect to the edge. So it might be a good idea to start with the edge and then filling in, going to the center by like building the big elements first. Because for me, that's easier with the bigger elements.
Yes.
Even though I have to say, like, I don't like having to do the edge first because it takes up so much space, especially with the tables that aren't that big. It's also kind of a disadvantage, at least for me. But I think we will see most people starting with the edge and then filling in.
Probably, because also with busy puzzles, it can be very helpful to just
Yes.
have that, and then you can also like go a lot with like pick and placing.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like picking
you
up a
can't do
piece
that
and
without
putting
the
it
edge.
down somewhere, because like there's a lot of very distinct, very different elements, even though like some of the images could blend in with each other. But the more you look at the picture, you actually, the more details you find, like that each picture has a different color frame,
True.
which can also be helpful to like place those. But this might also not be that evident from the pieces. Maybe like only later on, once you have more solved of the picture, probably. But this is definitely a fun puzzle. I like these images.
Absolutely.
This is my kind of image, I would say.
I think the previous round was more my kind of image. But I still like it.
The more clean,
Yeah.
just one image. Because here there's like a lot of mini puzzles that you kind of have to solve and then connect them.
Yeah. From looking at the pieces, I need to do the puzzle.
You have the itch to do the puzzle.
Yeah, don't you?
Yeah, I kind of do as well. That is why at one point with Chiara we just put it away.
Yeah.
So that we don't have to look at it too much.
Yeah.
But yes, with this image as well, as we have already said, like it is tricky that the box doesn't show the entire image. That's why you have like the separate poster, which like, as we have seen, it has tripped up some people in the previous round.
Yeah.
So they might have already learned from seeing the previous round's puzzle that this is the case, that there's not the entire image on the picture or on the box. We're going to have to see. So far, there's still a lot of flipping and sorting going on. There's one poster hidden in the box.
We will see here somebody started with a baseball cap. Just
Yes.
as I
Yeah.
sit on the first side of the puzzle.
Yeah, because it really does stand out and
Yeah.
it's very different from everything else. Also, this purple skull might actually also be one of those because it has like a very distinct color. Yeah, there's the baseball cap pretty much formed already. Table 43 it was. Yes, so far we see some progress already being made. There's someone working on the edge already. I wonder what she's listening to because she's bobbing her head the entire time.
Yeah.
So it feels like to the music. And then yes, there as well, most of the baseball cap is already done.
That is convenient if you don't have somebody sitting next to you.
Yes. It's a little bit comfortable. You can spread out a bit more.
Yeah.
Even though like these are quite spacious, I have the feeling that these plates are bigger than what you have at Worlds.
Okay.
But I'm not entirely sure. Because people can spread out pretty comfortably
Okay.
compared to where the puzzle is. I'm trying to see, but it's hard to judge just from like looking
Yeah.
at a screen.
Yeah. I think I could probably tell you once I've done a puzzle on it, but I
Yes.
haven't yet, so.
Well, hopefully we will hear later in an interview. Yes. So far, that's kind of what we have. We're going to have to wait and see how everything turns out. Jeanette Perme
Another
from
baseball
Slovenia has
cap.
also completed the baseball cap. It feels like every image is going to have, might have something that like we see on every single table forming in the first place. Like with the
Just like
previous round, the
the red
door on the cars, that was pretty much the first thing that almost everyone did.
Yeah. I also did the puzzle just, I got it from Hannah,
Yes.
and I also started with the red door.
And how was your time on the puzzle?
34 minutes.
Nice. Good. That would have been somewhere
Yeah, I think third or fourth.
third place, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Definitely podium place.
Yeah, I wanted to like get used to the truffle feel of pieces.
Oh,
because
yes.
I haven't done a truffle before. Like
No
not of
truffles
the,
whatsoever.
Not of the truffle premium plus.
Yes. Oh yes, that is also something that we can tell the audience as well, that like these puzzles, the Premium Plus has not been available in a 500 piece count before. So it was
Oh.
only 1,000 pieces, and these are all limited edition and new releases. So
Okay.
these are all puzzles that nobody has done before, which is a very big step. It's very nice to have that here,
Yeah.
because it's a genuine first attempt for everyone.
Yeah.
So it's not a competition of who has done the puzzle most or who has had the most chance to practice with the brand. In general, these are all, new for everyone.
Yeah.
Yes. And how did you feel about like the Truffle? How was
I actually
how was
like
the
the
first try?
quality. I like the piece cut. It's a bit different from Ravensburger. A bit more squirrely. I like that. And also the pieces are quite stable and not too loose or like, but still you can bend them a little bit. It's almost
Yes.
a perfect feel.
Yeah.
Like I was very happy with the quality. I wish I would have had the possibility to train a bit more with the piece cut and with the feel, because I think it helps a lot.
Yeah.
At least that's what I experienced for the Ravensburger puzzles.
Does the piece cut actually influence very much of like your speed? Have you like had experience with it, of like whether it's a Ravensburger or it's
Yeah.
in any other brand, of like do
It
you
does.
feel like a very big difference?
Yeah, especially for Ravensburger, I know some of the cut pattern on the edge and in the top right corner and stuff. Like some of the patterns, and that immediately when I see these patterns in the puzzle pieces, I know where they go.
So you don't
and that
even have to look
helps.
at the image, so
Yeah.
you can just place
Yeah.
it based on
Yeah.
like how you know the shape
Yeah,
is.
it's not many pieces, maybe 20 pieces, but still.
It's still an
Yeah,
advantage.
yeah. And I think
Yes.
there's also a lot of subconscious memory about the piece cut in the middle of the puzzle, so I think it helps a lot, at least for
Yes.
me.
Another baseball cap on the screen in the meantime. And then right next on the other table, it was an edge being formed. And here we see also an edge and another baseball cap on the on the table. So yes, it's pretty much people are going for either the edge or the baseball cap first.
And what I see from here, looking at Christian's table, he also does the edge and the baseball cap.
Yes. So far we see a lot of edges being formed. Table 63 is what we have here now. A competitor from Slovenia, if I can see it correctly, Lenka Petman. It might be Slovakia, I couldn't see the flag entirely clearly. And then a representative from Spain, also doing quite well on the edge. We see most of it being formed.
But here we see the problem that I mentioned earlier, that you don't really have the space to build out the whole edge and have the whole rectangle.
It also seems like they restrict themselves a little with the box as well.
Yeah.
And Andi Vukov from Hungary, puzzling here also most of the edge done. just a little special cheer for Andrea here because I actually competed in pairs with her before in the
okay.
Hungarian competition. So it's a puzzler closer to home. So go, Andrea.
Is she the one you are rooting for in this round, or also some other folks?
I would say so. There are a couple of people that I am rooting for that I know as well. Obviously, Vicki from Hungary is puzzling here, and yeah, I'm rooting for her very much. Chiara as well. Lenka from Slovakia is also, yeah, someone that I am rooting for very much. And then Anna Menges from Germany as well. I'm also hoping that she's going to do well here. Yeah, so we have some big names. It's going to be exciting to see who's going to be in like the top 10 of the first round.
But also, like, for the whole competition, I feel like we have big names at the whole European Championship here, so it's going to be very fierce also for the finals.
Oh yes, the finals are definitely going to be super exciting, and I think also quite fast. Yes. Yeah, let's guess. What do you think is going to be the first finisher's time? Hard to judge by the image.
Yeah, and also I'm very bad at estimating what the times are going to be. I will say 32.
Somewhere around 32? I would put it somewhere 35.
Okay.
Maybe. If it's a busy image, it always ends up being like slightly higher
it's
than usual, but it's also like not super busy, and there are also very
Exactly.
distinct parts.
Like for the collage puzzle I mentioned earlier from Worlds, I was very surprised by my time when I did it because I thought, oh, it's busy and it's a collage. I'm not super at that. But then I finished it in sub 40 for sure. I think it was around 35 or something. So I was surprised by that. And I think that's why my guess is still for 32.
Okay, then we will see. We still have to find out if the comments have been turned on for the YouTube feed. It might not be, but you can also make your own guesses. Try and guess and see how close you get for the first finisher's time. We are still working on turning the commenting back on. It was a YouTube. I got the information that there's actually comments, so you can make your guesses in the comments if you would like, and see how close you get. Yes.
Is there an Hungarian image in the collage also?
I don't think so. Usually there aren't. So usually the Hungarian destinations, like the Buddha Castle and stuff like that, are pretty famous, but like usually they're not famous enough to make it onto a collage like this next to like a Notre Dame or Machu Picchu or things like that, or the Tower Bridge, which is like on every single puzzle.
Yeah,
what it
true.
feels like. But there's actually no Big Ben.
And no, I thought it, but there's
No,
only
there's the
statues.
yeah
Statue
the
of Liberty in Pisa.
yes. Yeah, so there's
Also,
no
the
Big
Eiffel
Ben.
Tower is not in the image.
It's there.
Oh,
There is an
You were-
Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
There's a little statue. But yes, so it is definitely an exciting puzzle. It has a little bit of everything and a little bit for everyone. So there might be, there's like this big chunk of blue on like the globe that is on the left side of the image that I don't think anyone has done so far that we have seen on the screen. So there is a globe that has like a big chunk of blue that is also quite nice. I can already see, like someone did the fern already, table 121. There, the fern is already done on like the top right corner, which can also be pretty good because it's very distinct compared to the cactus.
yeah.
So it would
And it's
be,
also a recognizable texture.
yes. So it feels like it makes sense to do the edge
Yeah.
pretty early on.
Yeah. Also, in the top right corner, you could continue with the boarding passes.
Oh, yes,
Just
true.
from looking at the pieces, that was something I could see. So,
Even though it's tricky because there's boarding passes all over the image.
yeah.
So
But it has different colors because those are more blue and this is red.
yes, that is also true. So there's a lot to grab for. It also might inspire a lot of chaotic puzzling from some people of like you know reaching for like just this piece because they immediately recognize where it goes, but if
Yeah.
there's no context for it, you can't
Yeah.
really place it anywhere.
Yeah.
So you just like put it somewhere so that you remember it later and then create a little bit of a mess,
Yeah.
which is very close to home. I do that all the time. And yes, there's also an edge, a cactus, and a baseball cap form. That's a very clean puzzle over there.
Yeah, looks like she was trying to do the pick and place strategy.
Yes. Seems like that as well. Here, there's a little bit more chaos, but there is something being formed. I think that might be the tower bridge?
Possibly.
Could be. But yes, everyone is going around this puzzle a little bit differently. Like there's no baseball cap there yet. And Angela from Germany.
Here we see someone with trays.
That's actually a pretty good solution with the poster. Look, the top of the puzzle box is put on backwards, and probably the poster is on the inside,
Yeah, that's smart.
which is a quite smart solution. That's actually something that
I
that
will do
might
in
be
the next one.
that might be worth trying out. So there's a tip for
try it
everybody
here.
who is watching. So it's pretty much like the box is turned backwards, and you have the
Yeah.
poster in it, and then the box itself holds up the image,
I mean, you would have.
and then you would
something
have to put like a water
Yeah.
bottle behind it.
That
And then there
works
you have it.
perfectly.
Well, thank you very much, Angela, for this idea.
Absolutely.
That we can use later on. It might be a very good tip for anybody else, for any puzzle really that uses a poster, because it can be uncomfortable. Like we all have these puzzle holders,
Yeah.
the box holders that hold the box, but you can't put a poster in it.
Yeah, it slides off.
Yes, there it is. We can see it from the other side. Yes. And we can see that her name on Instagram is Puzzle Fox, which is her Instagram profile. This is a great idea. And then here we see Michael from the German Puzzle Association.
Yeah.
A very enthusiastic puzzler as well. And actually at the German Championship, I have found out that he was there for one of the first World Championships.
Yes.
I think.
He also was there on the Eckteile team with Chiara back then.
Ooh,
So I think they actually won or became.
Really?
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
came in podium for sure.
He's a very, very decent puzzler. So he has very nice times. And here you can see as well that he has had already like a lot of chunks of the picture done. The frame was already completed and he was lifting in like
Yeah.
complete chunks of the image, which is
Yeah.
also quite nice.
But that's also another aspect why I don't like building the edge first, because you have to lift whole sections inside the puzzle, and then there's a risk of breaking everything.
Yes. Well, you can leave one side open, but
Yeah,
then,
true, but
then that's very structural thinking.
Yeah.
So it can be that spontaneous. Here we have a bit of a mess in the middle of the puzzle. This is usually like something that is then very challenging to tackle actually if you end up like building your
Yeah.
edge around the puzzle pieces.
I can't do that at all.
I sometimes back myself into this corner that like somehow like a big chunk of pieces end up in the edge, and then it's easier actually to like pick apart the edge, move it a little
Yeah.
bit to the side, move
Yeah.
everything out, and then
Yeah.
move it back.
Yeah.
But then again, that costs you time in the
Yeah,
end.
absolutely. So I try to always have my pieces on the right side of the puzzle, so to not get into that problem that you have the pieces inside of the puzzle and inside of the frame where you don't want them.
So you have like the very clear only on the right, or does
Yeah,
it like go around a
mostly.
little bit?
If I have enough space on the table, then only on the right.
Is there like a specific reason that it's on the right side and not on the left, or is
It just
how?
works better. I tried also on the left, but I felt faster. And
Are
maybe
you
it's
right or
because,
left-handed?
because I'm right-handed, maybe
Yeah,
would be a reason.
that could also be a reason
But
for it.
but I also try to puzzle with the left hand, so I'm doing both-handed mostly. So
That's actually one of the things that is very interesting with Christian, because he by now has kind of developed the skill that he really uses both hands
yeah,
when he's puzzling, which is an incredible advantage compared to like someone who only uses their one
Yeah.
hand, and it shows in his times really.
but if you have the precision, it's also can be enough to only puzzle with the right hand.
That is true.
From what I saw earlier from Mercedes,
Yes,
she only uses her right hand.
and it almost looks slow as
Yeah,
she puzzles,
Exactly.
which is
When she filled in
unbelievable.
the last pieces, I was like, it looks so inefficient, but at the same time, she was so fast.
Yes,
So it shows everybody has their own strategies and
exactly.
things that work best for them.
It's that precision that is very, very impressive, because it really looks like they're not doing much.
Yeah, similar
In
to Kristen.
Yes. And then in the meantime, all of a sudden the puzzle is finished at the end and at an insane time. That's already pretty good progress there. Table number
100.
100.
She's
from
also from
Germany.
Germany, but I don't think I've seen her
Alexandra
before.
Stark. And that's a big chunk of the puzzle already done. That's actually a very good progress there.
It's really good progress.
Pretty much the entire right side is done.
Yeah.
And the cactus.
And she has some tiny areas in the center of the image placed.
It looks like she has already placed a lot of the pieces. That's a very good progress there.
I'm curious to see how she's going to do because I haven't seen her before.
I don't think
she
I
might
have
be
seen
a
her before
surprise
either.
competitor.
She might be a surprise competitor. I also haven't seen anything about her in my research that I have done before. So that's a competitor to watch out for. And then yes, here we have another competitor. Also like quite a nice chunk done already. And then Christian.
Okay.
That's
So
maybe a third of the puzzle done already. It's hard to see from the
it's
right
very
side.
hard to see because there are also many loose pieces in the center, like within the frame, and we can't really tell if they are placed on purpose or just laying there. So it's hard to tell. But I will say that the girl we saw before might be similar.
Might be very similar actually, yes. That's also what I'm thinking. It might be very similar. However,
And also from how he looked at the box like 2
Yes.
seconds ago, it looked like he was struggling a bit.
it looked like he was a
He
little
was
bit
not
lost.
happy about it.
Yes. And here we have Erika from Germany, also one of the members of the association board, I
yes.
think. And she's also at almost every single competition in Germany, and also at the World Championship she has been there. Yes, I'm going to be very excited to see like how Christian progresses from there. It really did look like he was struggling a little bit. But also, I think he is also the same type that he has a lot of these islands completed, and then it looks like he's not progressing that much, and then all of a sudden he just puts it together,
That's
and
what
then
I was
most
saying,
of the puzzle is
we
done.
don't know what of the pieces were actually there on purpose and which not. So
Yes. Here also a very clean puzzle.
very clean.
It's easier to see the progress when people do the puzzle like this, so it's easier to commentate on it,
Yeah.
to like tell how much they are. Anna is also doing
Yeah.
incredible here.
I think that maybe my estimation with the time was a bit too positive. Like I think it's going to be more than 32 minutes. We are already 24 minutes in, and I will say it will take a bit longer.
Yes, most probably.
Maybe I underestimated the busyness of this puzzle.
It's tricky with these puzzles because it looks super fast, but yeah, the busyness can like add a couple of minutes to
And I
like the
think
fastest
it totally
ones.
depends on what type of puzzler you are.
Yes, it definitely does. Emilia Korhonen from Finland is also doing incredible here. There's massive chunks of the puzzle done.
She came in second at the Nordic Championship,
Yes.
so she's also a very fast person.
Yes, and then fourth place at the Finnish Nationals. She's definitely a good contender for the top 10 today
Yeah,
as well.
for sure. And I was with her on a team for 2 years in a row at Worlds, so I also know her.
And how was it puzzling with her?
Very nice. We have some inside jokes that built from the first year at Worlds that we did, like that searching for a piece, it has to go somewhere, 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 and then she just said nowhere and put it back on the pile, and that somehow continued throughout the whole years that we know each other now.
So
Nowhere.
nowhere. But Lenka is also doing very good here. There's a lot of the puzzle that it's for now it seems
It seems like the fastest, right?
it seems like it's the fastest so far. Lenka has a lot done. I would say about a third of the puzzle maybe.
And it looks like all the pieces are there on purpose because they are
Yes.
very clean
Yes.
still.
Well, what I have noticed with Lenka before is that she kind of has like all the puzzle pieces lying around everywhere, but then the puzzle itself in the center is like clean in itself. So like whatever is in the puzzle is already there for the purpose.
And what I noticed right now was that she had the pieces in front of her and the puzzle actually above the pieces. And that is different to what we see from most competitors. They have the puzzle right in
Above.
front of them, and then the pieces are farther ahead, farther from them.
Yes. In a way, in space management, it could be beneficial for you because you don't have
Yeah.
to reach for that
But
far.
the problem is you have to stand all the time, and I think it will give you more of a back pain if you have to
Yes.
lean over to reach the puzzle itself.
Yeah. Even though she didn't have that many pieces on the bottom. So it also could be that like those are pieces
Yeah.
that she already knows are going to go somewhere there.
Could be.
Yes. People are doing great here. It is definitely also a speedy puzzle.
So what is your favorite mini image?
Ooh. Well, you know what? It's not related to the question that you just asked, but there is something Hungarian on the
Oh,
picture.
okay.
It's the Rubik's Cube.
Oh, is that from Hungary?
It comes from Hungary.
Okay.
It's a Hungarian invention, so there
Okay,
is something
nice.
Hungarian. I just realized.
That's why I saw one at a souvenir shop. I was
Yes,
wondering.
there are a lot of Rubik's Cubes, and there's a little Rubik Cube here. It's a mini one, so it's just a 2x2 one, which is not the
Normally
traditional
3
one.
by
It's
3.
normally 3x3. But yes, there is something Hungarian.
Can you solve it?
No.
I can.
I used to have a friend who was insanely fast. He also, I think, once went to a Rubik's Cube competition.
Yeah. Interestingly, there is a like a overlap of the communities of speed puzzling and speed cubing.
Yes.
Also Maya.
Yes.
That we saw in the also a professional
Oh, really?
cubing.
You find out something about everyone. Yeah, so there is something Hungarian, but if I had to pick a favorite, I think I would go for New York, which might be a little bit like cliche. But yeah, like New York takes up a very special place in my heart. So it's New York. I do have relatives there as well.
Okay.
And yes, I have been there a couple of times, and I love the city. It's a very, very nice place. And for you?
I think I like the Northern Lights, but also the waterfalls.
Ooh,
they have like a very pretty color.
Yeah, that insane blue that is like very, very magical in nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, so there is a little bit of Hungary in there. I'm so glad. I actually never realized it before. Like, we have noticed the statues, but...
True. Yeah, and I have noticed that there is a Rubik's Cube, and I was wondering, like, because it's not super travel or country related to me, but probably they put it inside because it's Hungarian and they wanted to have a mini reference.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. So there we have it. There's something Hungarian on the puzzle. Yes.
And we are slowly reaching the half-hour mark.
Yes, getting closer and closer. There's still a minute and a half. I kind of doubt we will have a finish before the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say.
But we haven't looked at Christian's table in a while.
I can see him from the commentator's desk here. And it doesn't look like he's going to be finishing in 1 minute.
Lenka has a huge area done, though. Like, it's filling in very nicely there.
I think we can say that she's the farthest.
Very, very, very close. There's a question on YouTube of, is this also an unreleased Truffle image? And yes, it is. These are all unreleased images. They are, from what I heard, limited edition. They were also all made for the European Championship, especially these boxes. Like, also the box itself has the European Championship logo on it, on the top and on the top corner. So it is unreleased. From what I have heard from the organizers, they are also available for purchase here.
Yes, they are.
So yes, if you're not in this
€7.
round, you can still get one. Yes, so it's an even playing field. Nobody has done this puzzle before. And it's 30 minutes, so we didn't have a 30-minute finisher before.
I can also see Chiara's puzzle from here, and she also looks pretty far.
Vicki also looks very good from here, and this is her type of puzzle. She loves everything that has like tiny little things in it and that she can grab onto. So she might also be doing very well here. Marketa is also doing pretty well. We're trying to like look around to like the front tables a little bit more.
And we're about to see Marketa and Chiara's table on the live stream because a camera person is standing in front of them. So
yes, very soon. Yes, we have table 10 here from Ukraine, Katerina Babak. She's also doing really good there.
Has she been at Worlds? I don't know her name. Oh, yes.
Yes, she was 76th in the World Championship finals.
Her puzzle also looks very organized. And I think she does it the way that I would have also approached it, like building in from the outside.
And there's Chiara.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of it is done. Yes.
Yeah.
this is going to be very close for everyone.
I think so too.
There's a lot of things going on here. We're going to also have a lot of finishes one after the other, I think, because most people are super similar to where they are in the image so far.
And from what we see, we can't really tell who is like
Yeah, we
further
also
ahead.
only see one person at a time.
Yeah,
so it's
true.
hard to compare because
Yeah.
you keep staring at one person and you don't know how much the other progresses while you're not looking.
Yeah. But they did have a split screen in the previous
At
round,
one
didn't
point,
they?
yes. Yeah, we're going to see some split screens at some point as well. But yes, we have camera people running around. You might also see them sometimes like appearing in the screens. So there's in total, I think, 4 people going around with cameras trying to
Yeah.
catch everyone. Which is, yeah, if too many people are too close to finishing, then it unfortunately
We can't
happens that they
capture
are not
everyone.
caught on camera. That happens, but we are trying our best. Here as well, the cactus is already done. Most of the right side, yeah, there's the globe. So there's a lot of things that you can do here.
And I think this is also the type of puzzle where you always notice something new while doing it.
Yes. Yeah, the more you look at it, the more things you find. Like, I haven't noticed that there's a Cape Town sticker right in the middle, and it's right in the middle
Yeah.
as well.
Or this bird.
Oh, there's
I
a
haven't
bird.
noticed.
Yeah, there's like also like a little keychain of Austria, the Austrian flag. So there's always something. Every
Yeah.
time you look at the image, you see something new. Yes.
So here on the left side we see Isabel.
Also from the German.
Yeah, also from the German Association Board.
Yes, and then a representative from the Czech Republic, table 21, Šárka Daňáková, who has also been, like, she has participated at a lot of European Jigsaw jams as well, and she has been, like, consistently getting faster and faster.
Okay.
She now has really good times. From what I know, like, yeah, at the moment, from what we have seen on My Speed Puzzling, was that her average is somewhere around the 45, 47 minutes,
Okay,
which is
okay.
quite nice.
Yeah. But we have to say with these average times, it's very depending on which times do you put in there, how many puzzles do you solve.
On what you
Yeah.
upload.
Yeah.
Yes. However, it does seem like Christian is struggling a little bit. He has
And
been
also-
he has been acting out a little bit. He has been like looking around. He seems a little bit lost. It's probably also the stress.
Yeah, I think it's always hard.
Lenka is doing amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she has all the pieces right in front of her. And now at this point, I think it's an advantage because you see the pieces. And
in front of you.
yeah, and I think that's better.
They are closer to you. You don't
Yeah.
have to strain your
Yeah.
eyes that much.
I'm working on like getting there to have the pieces in front of me, like from moving from the right side directly in front of me when it gets to the last pieces. But I haven't advanced that strategy so far. So,
Yes.
but I think Lenka will probably
Lenka
finish within
seems
the
to
next
have
minute.
this. Yes.
I would like to see Chiara again because she also
Table.
might have progressed a lot in the meantime. But
Yeah, it would be nice to get like an image of table number 3 and 4, if it's
Yeah.
possible. But yes, also like the first table 1, 2, 3, and 4 would be great. Ah, there we have a split
okay,
screen
nice.
now. We
But
have Lenka the entire time.
Chiara
It
is
seems
not
like
on the
she's in
split
the lead.
screen.
It seems like she's in the lead, and then yes, Brigi Pozsa from Hungary at table number 2. She's also doing great. I think she's closest to Lenka, but it seems like Lenka is on fire. She's very close, but also Christian seems to be catching up a little
Yeah.
bit.
True. We can't see his whole puzzle
Yeah.
because it's covered a bit, but
But it seems like the pile is getting a little bit smaller than until now. Yes,
and
there's
he's
a lot
always
going
moving
on.
very fast, so I think he can speed up again.
Yes.
And it looks like he does from what I see.
It seems like the pile of the leftover pieces are getting smaller and smaller, but it must be incredibly stressful also in his first round,
Yeah.
especially because he has been doing like so incredibly well in like
Yeah.
online competitions and live competitions
And
as
also,
well.
you always have the idea back in your head that you might win this, and
Yes.
I think it puts a lot of pressure, and it's a very tough challenge to manage that mental aspect.
Yes. Since you're someone who has been in that
Yeah.
position, how do you tackle that?
It's very hard. It's hard from competition to competition. Like, it's always a new challenge.
And
I try to focus on myself and not compare myself with the other times, but only compare like how did I feel during the puzzle, and I try to like focus on what I know about myself apart from puzzling, so that I don't, get
We
lost.
only have a
in
couple
the
of
puzzle.
pieces left for Lenka in the meantime.
Okay.
And Christian is picking up speed now.
Yes, he
he is
is.
getting there. But Briggy still seems to be a little bit more far ahead, but the box covers up her puzzle. So it's hard to see here. But this is going to be close.
I think Lenka is still in the lead.
Lenka
though.
still seems to be in the lead at the moment. It really seems like the competition stress is pushing Christian in the wrong way now.
Yeah. But I think he might fix that for the finals. It's what we saw at
Probably.
Worlds too.
Probably, yes. This is really like the first round. And Lenka is done. We haven't seen that on camera, but Lenka is done. First finisher.
Very nice.
Insane time, 37 minutes. Amazing. Very well done, Lenka.
Congrats.
No, she was very consistently super fast the entire time.
Yeah.
It was quite incredible.
Very well done.
And then let's see who's going to be the next one.
Oh,
Ooh.
who's that?
Table 14. Anna Kazana from Poland as well.
Okay, okay.
She was 123rd at the World Championship finals. And she seems to be also very close to finishing. Christian is also working very hard there.
Now we see Marketa's table also.
Marketa. They seem to be almost exactly at the same stage. And Anna Kazana might actually be in the lead now. And it's hard to
But
see.
Christian is moving
Chiara
very
seems to be
fast.
also very, very close.
Yeah, true.
It's hard to see because so many people are very similar.
Oh, that's an exciting round.
This is incredibly exciting. It's impossible to get all the competitors in the screens right now because there's just so many people being close to finishing. But a
Christian
lot
is
of
moving
people are very, very
fast
close.
now.
And yes, but seems not to be that accurate.
True. And we don't see how many pieces Anna has left, so
Yes,
we can only
we can
tell
only
by
the
the
gaps.
way she moves her hands and the pace she has.
and of the gaps of that we can see in the
Yeah,
puzzle. She seems to
exactly.
be in the lead at the moment.
Could be, yeah.
And yes, actually, well, our guesses were very much off. 38 minutes and we only have one finisher so far. So you were very optimistic.
Yes.
I was, and Chiara is done.
Oh yes, Chiara.
Congratulations. 39 minutes.
Very
Well done.
nice. Very well done.
A special cheer goes out to Chiara that you have heard in the previous round, commentating here, and
My
also
pairs partner.
Kati's pairs partner.
We are competing in round A, so right after my individual
Very
round.
good. And then Briggy is very close to finishing as well, which we can't see on the screen right now, but Briggy is done as well. Congratulations. So she still made it on the podium, third place
Nice.
for Hungary. So we have our podium. Fourth place is still open, that everyone can still strive for. Vicki is very close too.
True. Marketa should also be close now.
She
by
seems
now.
very happy with this puzzle. She likes these.
Okay.
It's very visible. She loves these little like things with a lot of puzzles with a lot of things in them. And yes, she is super close as well. We do have a lot of cameras moving around still. Christian is getting close to finishing as well. He seems neck to neck with Vicki now.
Yeah, true.
He has,
Depends on who's fast on filling in the gaps now.
and that's probably Christian though. At least it seems like it. He has picked up pace. Only like 10 pieces left for Christian and maybe a little bit more for Vicki, but they're
Yeah.
super close. Just above the 40-minute
And
mark.
still we don't see Anna quite well. How many pieces? she's-
Can't see, but Christian is... Ah, he has hit a couple of pieces of
Yeah.
the puzzle. But he's done. No,
Yeah. Congrats.
40 minutes 51. Not happy.
He doesn't seem happy.
No, he's not very happy. And Vicki is done. Just
within
after
seconds
Christian.
Within each other.
Yes, she seems happy though. And then here also just 12 pieces, 10? Nah, more. We had a long discussion about this with Chiara. that
Okay.
it's super hard to tell
Yeah,
how many
true.
pieces are left, and I'm always off. And
Yeah.
I always guess more.
Yeah. I think it was 20.
Maybe. Now it's about 8.
5.
Yes, exactly. Now it's 5.
Yeah.
Now that I can tell. And that's Anna from Poland. And done.
But we still see very fast times.
Katarzyna
Just think about
Klinkova
it.
from Czech Republic and Marketa Freislerova also done. And Anna Kazanach, that's seconds apart.
All around the 40-minute mark. That's still super fast. Like if we think back to Worlds 2 years ago, nobody, like except Alejandro, finished in sub 40.
Yes, exactly. It has gotten incredibly fast.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, a couple of years ago, if you had like a solid like 50-ish time, then you were pretty much guaranteed to be in the finals.
Yeah.
And now it's not that case anymore.
Yeah.
You can't even make it into a top 10.
Actually, I think for 2023, with 47 minutes or something, I was in top 10. So.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
And Anna Meng is about to be done. Only the last 2 pieces. And done. 42 minutes. No, there was still
that
one
was
piece.
one piece.
And done. Very nice.
Okay, but I think for me, we did see some surprises in the leading positions.
Yes. I think pretty much, like most people went into this thinking that Christian is going to be, if not first, then podium.
But the thing is, I think most people underestimate the mental aspect of speed puzzling, especially if you are competing for the very first spots.
Yes, that is true. It is extremely straining.
As soon as you get into your head, it slows you down a lot.
Yes, most probably you have experiences with that as well in these positions.
Yeah.
Yes, so for the first 3 finishes, we have Lenka Henao from Slovakia, Chiara Del Antonio from Italy, and Brigitta Pozsa from Hungary. So that's our top 3. And after that, we have some people from the one person from the Czech Republic, and the results still need to be updated. So yes, the finishes are coming in now. There's more and more people getting done, and we're still only at the 43 minutes mark. It's actually, you can see like the difference between like the super busy puzzle, well, super busy, but busy-ish puzzle, and compared to the first one, which at this time we already had like a top 20, I think. So it does take a little bit of time. And that's why for like estimates, when you're trying to guess of like who is going to be on the first finisher and with what time, you always have to add like a minute or 2 just because of the busyness. And Emilia is done.
Yay!
Seems very happy.
Yeah.
Still in top 10, I think.
I think so too.
I think so. Yes, now we have like updated results. Christian was 4th, and then Vicki from Hungary was 5th. Then Katarzyna Klinkova, Marketa Freislerova 6th and 7th. Anna Menges from Germany on 8th. So we still have a couple of spots in the top 15. And then just to keep in mind, it's the first 62 people that are going to get into the finals. So there's still a lot of room in the finals for this round as well. So there's still something for everyone to strive for.
Yes.
We do see a lot of people getting closer and closer, but there seems to be like a bigger gap now, because we had like the people with like the more experience, like higher placements in the World Championship as well, and now there's a little gap for like everybody else.
Yeah, you're right.
And another finisher. Congratulations.
And I think coming back to strategies on this puzzle, most people did it the way we expect them, like starting with the edge and then building the bigger objects and then coming into the center.
Filling in the inside.
Yeah.
That is what mostly makes sense, because I don't think I have seen anyone who started doing like the little pictures one by one, because it's super hard to sort out.
And there is no little image that is standing out a lot, except maybe for the Tower Bridge or Sydney down there.
And maybe the very
true, but they are also rather at the outside.
Yes,
so
exactly.
It makes sense that the gaps are mostly in the center of the puzzle.
Yes. I also wonder if anyone tried to do like the background.
I was thinking about that.
Because even though like for a lot of these montages, if you have the background, you have like a slight hidden gradient in it. So like like there's a darker background and
Yeah.
on one part,
Do we
but
see a
here we don't
gradient in
really have
here?
that. Not really.
Not really.
Not really. So it's mostly just like one color, but it's not a big block enough to really start
Yeah.
working on that. So it doesn't really help with your pieces.
There are some shadows next to the cactus and down here, but
Yeah, but
mostly
that's
it's
not
the same
enough.
color.
Not really. Yes, because like if you think about it, it would make sense to like try to solve them as mini puzzles because it's easier to solve a mini puzzle than a
Yeah,
big one.
sure.
But it's very hard to like sort out the
Exactly.
little ones because 500 pieces are a lot
Yeah.
to find things in. So that is a challenge for sure. So that's most probably why everyone went for like the edge first. And another finisher, table 23. Susanne Kirschner from Germany as well. There are some surprising names that I personally haven't really seen in
Same.
like German competitions as
Same.
well. We mostly speak about like the German competitions because we go to them
Yeah.
the most. So those are the competitors that we are most familiar
Yeah.
with.
And I thought by now I know all the names, but
There's always
apparently
someone new,
people keep showing up.
which is good. That's
Yeah,
what we want.
totally.
We want more people puzzling.
Yeah.
Jeanette is progressing very nicely. Jeanette Perm from Slovenia on table 17 here. I can also see that she's doing a time lapse or like she's filming.
Yeah, true.
She also
put
has
up the
a YouTube channel, so most probably that's going to be like used for the video as well. Yes, and then table 50 also has a lot of things lined up.
Here, table 12 from
Ida
Austria.
Elsen. And he's done. Very good. And we have our very first interview, it seems like. We're going to make some space for one of our finishers, for Christian on the... Yes, just come inside into the
Hello,
middle.
welcome.
We're going to set you up.
Congrats.
Hi, I'm Fruji. Yes, you're going to receive a microphone that you're going to have to put on like that. Hello. Oh, turn on, please. There you go. Now we can also hear you.
Oh, I'm not happy because it's not my type of puzzle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what we were saying.
I'm really like to more gradient. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I'm not too good with the postcards and so I'm qualified to final and I think that tomorrow will be better.
Yes, hopefully. It was actually very interesting to watch because as we were seeing, you were completing like the edge and like the outside, that went pretty fast. And at one point we were saying, oh, he seems like he's struggling. And that's where it seemed like you got stuck a little
Yes,
bit.
but when I did it, when I put the edge, so after I have so more house for the inside, and so no, I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
Yes. And then how do you keep going? Like most probably you were already not happy while doing it or solving the puzzle. So like how did you get out of like that situation where you felt like you are lost?
I try to focus I try to focus on my puzzles. I try to not hurt everybody and focus on my puzzles. Pieces by piece, and to the finish.
In what order did you do the pictures? So like where did you go from
Yes,
like the edge?
it's my fault because I use to walk and I don't use to placket and I don't look for the cactus. It's hard to me.
So then that was also like a trick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And then are you still going to practice any puzzles before going into like the pairs competition or are you just relaxing until then?
I'm relaxing and I think I'm prepared to good for this competition and I don't practice any puzzles before the pair qualified or before the final tomorrow. I don't practice anyone.
Yes.
Just rely on what you practiced at home.
Yeah.
Yes. How many puzzles have you completed in like the last, I don't know, month, like coming up to the competition?
I think it was about 30 boxes of Truffle. but only Truffle, only Truffle.
Okay.
Only Truffle. So
Only
you
Truffle,
so you
yes.
also didn't do any other brands.
No, only Truffle. I think about the 30 boxes. 30 boxes, and after for the European champion, I starting my training, my mission to Valladolid.
Yes.
Yes,
And then puzzle with Ravensburger again.
yes, because I want to. I want to. I lost the word.
No worries.
It's okay.
I improve. I want
Yes.
to improve my last year result.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Kati the same.
Yeah, you're going to want to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes, and then do you have like a plan of how you're going to be of how you're going to be training for the World Championship from here, or just doing puzzles and doing puzzles?
Boxes by boxes, boxes by boxes, and I would like to focus on the puzzles when who is I didn't solve it. Yeah, and I try one by second. Oh, no, I solve it 2 times. Every boxes.
Okay.
It's done.
Yes.
Yes.
And then
The first time, and I would like to. What is my time better in second time? It's all.
yes, and then before you do it for a second time, do you wait for like a couple of months or something, or do you do it immediately?
Usually is about month, sometimes three.
What are they called?
Clouds?
The clouds, the clouds on them, and I think I had some of them in the wrong place first, when there was nothing around it.
Yeah, true. We have here some white and with the plane here and also with the Austrian one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is definitely a tricky puzzle that has like a challenge hiding somewhere in all of the spots.
Yeah, and sometimes I found a piece and didn't know where it goes. For example, the beer looks a little bit like the gold with the
Oh.
figure in
Yeah.
the bottom.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
How did you prepare coming up to the competition? Did you like specifically do any truffles, or did you just do every puzzle that you could get?
Yeah, both. So I didn't really buy truffles, but my mother gifted some to me. So yeah, I could do some, but none of this.
Premium
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah,
quality.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So more the normal ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the quality is very different, right?
Yes, yes. The pieces are thicker.
Much thinner. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the other one. Yeah.
Those ones. Yeah. And here, I think I didn't have false fits. So
Okay,
it's really
yeah.
good.
True. I did the puzzle from the first round and I also didn't have false fits.
That's good to know.
Yeah, because I think with normal truffles you do have a lot of false fits.
Yeah.
There was recently in the EJJ was a truffle puzzle and there were a lot of false fits.
Yeah, I did that one
Yeah.
as well, and I think with the more busy puzzle, you don't have that many false fits even
True.
in this category because it's clear where
Yeah.
it goes. But there was a lot of blue and yeah, the sand and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, wasn't easy.
Yes, so that's a good note for everyone who is maybe competing in the third round, that there are not many false fits.
Yeah.
Yes, and then there's that tip with the box. There was actually one competitor, you probably haven't noticed, but the way that they did the poster is that they turned the box around and put the poster in it,
Yeah.
which we were very, very impressed by,
Yeah, that's really
which is a
good.
very good trick. So yes, coming up for the third round, this might also be good to know that there's not many false fits. Yes. How many of the German competitors are here and from the association? Like, was there anything like organized or like any meetups or something like that?
Not really. I think I know about maybe 10. But I haven't been here actually, so I just biked here, and then Mara opened the door for me and showed me my place, and I ran through because I was really late.
Oh no!
Yep, and I even haven't slept.
Oh no! When did you arrive?
2 hours ago.
Oh no! That is very brave to travel like that. Did you have it planned like that, or was
Yes.
like a delay in the plane?
Yes, because I was on a music festival yesterday and
Ah,
I didn't
cool.
want to cancel one of
Yeah.
both. Yeah.
Oh yes. What music festival?
Rockwerchter in Belgium.
Ah, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that must have been a good experience as well. So then you're most probably not very well rested.
Nope. But it works.
Yeah, then even
Yeah.
more impressive the time.
Maybe in the afternoon I will go to sleep.
In the meantime, we're just above an hour mark, so we have a lot of finishers. You can see them like all finish their puzzles while we are chatting. So far, we have around 40 finishers, so there's still about 20 spots in the finals for this round. And yes, back to you. Oh, it is a very exciting competition. We have seen some insane times.
Yeah, the first round.
The first round was
Wow.
very, very exciting. This round as well, it did show that this is a trickier puzzle than the previous round, that we had slightly higher finishers. Yes, does it make you like getting into like the second and third rounds? Does that make you like a little bit nervous seeing what times there are in the first round?
Yes,
For me
definitely.
also.
Yeah, because the competition is really good here. The people are really fast, and it's not the same like for the national competitions.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Are you also competing in pairs and teams?
Yes, yeah. Pairs today. Yeah,
Who are
Uh,
you competing with?
with Mara.
Ah, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is going to be a fast round as well then, because Mara has been in the previous round.
Yes.
So she did incredibly well already. So that is cause for optimism for the pairs round as well for you.
Yeah, we are a really good team. We practice a lot together, so I hope it goes well today.
You also live close to each other, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much for joining us,
Oh, thanks for having me.
and hopefully see you again for our interview.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And yes, in the meantime, we can also see Matthias from Germany at table 79 finishing, or getting very close to finishing his puzzle. He might actually still make it into the finals if he picks up a bit more speed. We have 44 finishers so far.
And he was a pair with my sister at the German Nationals.
Ah, that is good to know. And we have another guest that arrived here that we're
Hi.
going to quickly interview. This is Vicki from Hungary, and she has finished 5th in this round. And at one point I was saying that this is your puzzle.
Yeah, you were totally right.
Yes, we know each other with Vicki as well. So I saw the image and I saw your face and I was like, yeah, she's happy about this one. How did you go around the puzzle? How did you do this?
I sorted the edges. I wanted to start with them, but not all the picture was on the box, so I had to use the poster for the edge. So after I flipping up, I put the poster on the pieces. I've never done that before.
Okay.
But when I finished the edge, I just dropped the poster on the floor and continue from the box. I guess I just started with random pieces, as I usually do with these kind of pictures. I wanted to start with this baseball cap.
Yeah.
I guess this is it, but I couldn't find them
Okay.
at first, so I just put my random pieces everywhere.
Yeah, as usual.
Yes. And
Yeah, you were then probably one of the few people who didn't do the baseball cap,
Yeah.
because as we were watching the people like starting out with the puzzle, most of the
them.
time what we saw was the edge and the baseball cap.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's the normal way.
Yes, it is a good strategy though that you were saying that like you only use the poster for like getting the sides done and then
Yes.
using the box, because then it's pretty
True.
much done as well.
Yes.
Yes. How did you feel about it? How was like the entire competition atmosphere?
It was really good, but I was really nervous at the beginning. So I don't know how much time while I was opening the bag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I struggled with it, but I was like, I have to be calm. Just don't hurry. If you start later, then you start later. And I started later. Yeah, and my hands were really shaking.
In the beginning or at the end?
At the beginning,
So then you got a bit more calm.
yes. Yeah, that's my strategy, I guess.
I
Yeah,
think that's a big skill to get the mentals.
yes. You have to be prepared for this kind of situations when the starting is not like how you planned it. Because if you lose the focus
Yeah.
or anything, then
Yeah.
it's over.
Yes. But then you did get into it and you found your flow.
Yeah.
Do you register of like how many people finished before you, or do you not blend it out entirely? You
I-
listen to music, right?
Yes. Yeah, I heard them, but I didn't count.
Yeah, same.
So I was like, I won't be the first, so of course it's totally normal that applause will be there, but I didn't know how much.
Yeah. That is actually also a good approach of like thinking I won't be first anyway, but I can just like chill and do it.
Yes.
Yes. Someone got a huge cheer here. We can see that he has been to Valladolid before for the World Championship, and another finisher here, getting super close. Yes, and how do you find the whole competition atmosphere? How is it having such a big competition at home? Because you're also from Budapest.
Yes. Oh, it's really good. It's a different kind of experience that I just got. So I woke up at home and just travel here.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go abroad, but I really like it, and I guess everybody has a really great time here. So it's really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can relate to that because when I did my competition in Köditz in my hometown, it was also pretty crazy to have all these puzzle people there with my normal life and both worlds somehow merge, and it's just weird.
Yeah,
But also
exactly.
very cool at the same time, so I
Yes.
can relate to that.
Yeah, when I saw your pictures about Budapest and everybody posted them, it was so strange to see.
It is indeed like such a big experience that all of a sudden all these people that are everywhere
Yeah.
in Europe and they are posting from places that that you go to like every single day.
Yeah.
And yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it is a very special experience for sure. And you have also been meeting up with some people that have arrived here to Budapest, right?
Yes, Vesna from Puzzling Happiness. Yeah, we had a really great dinner together and our husbands.
That's quite nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And then did you get to like experience any of like the audience area of like how is it? Is it like what the atmosphere is for the spectators mostly?
Yes, I was here from the beginning. So I arrived before the opening ceremony and I was rooting through the group A. It's really fun to be here. A lot of excitement, and when somebody finishes and big applause and to be a part of it, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yes. We have a question on YouTube, which is like, which countries have the most participants? I can safely say that the most participants are from Hungary,
Okay,
because
that's
there's a lot of
nice.
Hungarians that
Yes.
have entered. But other than that, I actually don't
I
exactly
will-
know. We don't
I
have
will
the specific.
guess maybe Poland and
Could be
the Czech
from
Republic.
surrounding countries because it's relatively easy to get here from there. But yes, it's definitely Hungary that has the most competitors. And yes, and Isabel is done in the meantime, and Angelica is also very close. These are all competitors from Germany.
So maybe Germany also has.
Germany also has quite a big amount of people who have come here, and I have seen, including you, that a lot of people have actually come by train
Yeah, it's
and not
Pretty
the
convenient.
plane.
Yeah, I didn't have to change trains.
You didn't at all.
Yeah,
Where do you?
from Munich, and then I
Ah.
just got to Budapest, and it was very convenient.
Yes.
And for me, it's like even more convenient than going by plane because,
Yes, of course. You also don't have to bother with luggage.
yeah, true.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you very much, Vicki,
Thank
for
you
joining us
having
for a
me.
little bit.
Have a nice competition.
Thank you.
Yes.
For you too.
See you in the pairs round.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yes. And yes, we still have around about 18 minutes left. So we're most probably going to get quite a number of finishers still, because there's a lot of almost completely assembled puzzles here. Yeah, table 54 is just done. Yes, this is now kind of the adrenaline boost is over,
Yeah.
and now we also kind of have to arrive back into our heads in a way.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
I always wonder, like, for people who are taking more time for doing a puzzle, like over an hour or something, are they still like? It's more of a endurance question than if you just sprint 30 minutes. I think it's a different kind of mental set that you'll need if you puzzle for a longer time.
Yes,
right?
it gets very hard at one point because you still are completely focused on what you're doing, but your brain is starting to get like overwhelmed, I
Yeah.
think. Or it's just like a numbness kicks in at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it is definitely an achievement to puzzle for this long.
Yeah.
And we have another guest coming in. We have a lot of guests after this round.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that you have seen already in the previous round. Welcome back, Chiara.
Hi,
Hi.
Congrats on an amazing time, second place.
thank you.
Yes.
I was very happy because we didn't see you in the camera because you weren't on screen. And then I only saw when you finished, and I was very happy that it was you.
Yes. How did you feel about the puzzle? How was it?
Well, it's hard. Like busy puzzles are not my strength, so I didn't expect such a busy puzzle. And it was hard to sort. Even like the sections that should be easy, like the cap, it didn't all come out like as you would expect. it
Okay.
to.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's surprising.
like half of it does, but like this part here, like on the right where there's writing to, like not really.
Okay.
So there was a lot of just picking up a bunch of pieces. So I tried to channel my inner Andrea Peng and do the, like, I will pick a bunch of pieces with the dark blue and then one by one place them down where they need to go and like proceed like that. The easy puzzle approach.
Yes.
So I'm happy with how like I did it and like how I was
Yes.
organized during the puzzle, I feel.
Did you do the edge first? I think you didn't.
Yes, mostly. Like I started, then I did the cactus, and then did the rest of the edge. I actually, I think I was nervous. I was missing so many hedge pieces, so I didn't really do the rest of the edge, like only the parts that like actually went together. And then it was like, yeah, I need to finish this once I have the pieces. So I finished it when I found enough extra pieces that it felt like I
Oh, yeah.
could. But the intention was to do the edge. It's just that I was bad at sorting. But it's okay.
Is that something that happens to you regularly?
No, I'm usually good at sorting out the
Yeah.
edges. I think Caddy also knows that. But I don't know. I guess I was too nervous, thinking about too many things. I also I tried I listened to music for the first time, and yeah, I tried that. But I was all stressed and like making it start because
Okay.
I didn't make it start during the countdown, which in hindsight probably I should have. So I tried starting it like while I was for flipping, but at the beginning it didn't start, and then I think I was distracted by thinking about that, and so
Yeah.
I didn't do a good job on the flip
Yeah.
and find the edge pieces.
But then why did you decide to listen to music this time if you usually don't?
Because most of my friends and everyone is doing it, and so like for a while I've wondered like should I try that or not, and then 3 days ago I was like okay, well whatever, I will try it this time.
So it's peer pressure.
I not really, like nobody really told me like why don't you do that, but kind of like everyone is doing it, like the fast people are doing it, like maybe
I was
Sure.
wondering, like, Christian isn't doing
Christian isn't.
Christian
it.
isn't.
And as he told us, he has troubles to, like, blend out the competition, and maybe it would help him.
Oh, interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure if it blends it out or if it gets you more distracted by the music.
So
I
how
don't
did
have
it
an
work
answer.
for you? What's your resume about it?
Well, I placed second, so for now it seemed to have worked
Yeah.
out fine. I guess I need more data to be able to tell you.
So then probably you're going to be listening to music in the finals as well?
I think I will try that, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
And then we will see how it goes.
For pairs, let's not do it.
No, for pairs we want to talk to each other.
I actually wonder if there's any pairs that do that.
I
to listen
think-
to music.
I think there
actually
are
saw-
some who do.
Andrea and
But-
her daughter 2 years ago, I think I remember that they listened to music, but could be fake news.
We could try with one ear, but
True.
that's something that we could experiment with, like next
But I
time
only
we're
have the
training.
over ear.
Yeah, you would need to get some.
Yeah, I do have some, but they keep falling out. So
Well, you need to get new ones that don't fall out,
yeah,
that
or I
work better
just
for your
put
ears.
these on my ears and
Oh, and one
just
on the
on my
side.
head.
Yeah, if it's not uncomfortable, you can do that. Well, behind your ear, like
Yeah.
I do that sometimes
Yeah, I
at
also
work
do.
when I talk with people.
Yeah.
So.
could
I don't
work.
know. We can test it out next time we're training. Okay. So end of August, we will try this out. If you see us with headphones like at Worlds, you know that it all started here.
And,
Yeah.
and that it worked out for you, so it was not just an idea, but it actually worked into training.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the final is going to be a disaster and I will say I will never want to listen to music again.
Well, we're going to have to wait until tomorrow to figure that out. Yes, Sandra is asking why they are having Truffle for individual and pairs, but Ravensburger for teams. There was partly it's for distribution issues, or not issues really, but it's like the distribution situation in Hungary of like how Ravensburger actually doesn't have like there's no Hungarian Ravensburger, so there's only distributors. So it is like mostly logistics reasons that
Okay.
there is a difference. Yes. But like Truffle has been used for a lot of Hungarian competitions. So like for the past 2 years, definitely it was always Truffle, and yeah, it has been working out pretty well. So that's why they wanted to stick with.
Yeah,
Truffle.
and also with the premium plus quality, we can't complain, and we like that it's unreleased images. So
Yes. Yeah, I find them very, very nice. Like I only have good experience with the Truffle puzzles. Even with like there's the very well, not low quality, but like the standard that is like the cheapest price range, and those are also not really a disappointing quality.
No, I think the quality is fine. Like there are some false fits, especially in the lower quality. Also in here, like I had a couple. Like
oh, you did?
not like false fit enough that like you put it in and you don't see that it's wrong.
Okay.
But enough like looking similar enough that you try it. But maybe I would do that also with a Ravensburger. Like I'm not sure. So like they are different enough. Like I had no false fit. Like I left it there and then realized it was wrong. Like that did not happen.
Okay.
But I did try pieces in the wrong spots. Like especially like I don't know doing the skull or like here like doing the edge like the cap where like there's a lot of the same color.
Okay.
I did try to put in wrong pieces. And later in some of the skies of the various things.
And
So that happened to me.
And we're actually getting very close to like the last 10 minutes of the competition. And we have, let's see how many competitors have finished already. We definitely have a full quota for the qualified competitors. And now we have 85 finishers so far, which is also a very, very good result.
Yeah.
Out of almost 130 again.
A little bit less than before, but to be expected with such a hard puzzle.
Yes, when we were making our guesses of, of like of what's going to be like the first finisher, Kati said 32, and I said 35 because it's such a busy puzzle, and then it might be, and then yes,
I
We
was
didn't
completely
live
off.
up to
Yeah.
expectations.
But the thing is, I wouldn't have said 32 if the first round wasn't that fast.
Well, I don't know if you heard, but like we were estimating like 38 for the first round, and then like we got a 31, and we were like,
Okay,
whoops. Like I think like 15 people finished in 38, or like maybe even more than that, and we
Yeah.
were like,
oops.
No, this one was the other way around.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, we'll see in the third round if I can actually manage to get a guess right this time.
you have 2.5 more days to do that. I'm sure
Exactly.
you will get one right.
At least one. It would be nice. It's the competition bingo. Yes. I'm still trying to look at some of the YouTube comment if there's anything that we can react to. There are some people who are actually saying that they have never done a truffle, but they are from Australia and it's not that common there,
Okay.
which is understandable. Yes. Since you have been looking at the first image a lot and now actually did this one, which one do you prefer?
Like this is prettier. Like if I have to choose, like from the image,
True.
which one I like better. But the first one would have been way easier,
I would have
especially
said
for me and
exactly
my
the same.
skills.
So you would have preferred to get that one.
I guess, like, that's what I thought when I got it and I started working on it. But it went well, so maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. It's really hard. Like I have started struggling with which kind of puzzle would I like to have, because there's so many people that are so fast that it's not just about what would I be better at, but it's also like in comparison to the other people and how well they do on these kind of puzzles. Like, would I do better with like this or the one from before? Like,
yeah.
I can't tell anymore.
And this is mostly like a thought process that you kind of have to get used to now because of the new world's rule of like having to pick from two puzzles.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm lucky that I am fast enough that won't matter that much, and so I don't care. Like, I will just improvise at Worlds.
Same.
But I hate the fact that it's a thing. I think it's going to make like so many people like, not qualify when they should have, etc.
Yeah.
Like, it's very unfair. If it was you have to do two puzzles and then we do the average and you get two very different puzzles with the same set of people, that I could see. Well, obviously we don't have the space and numbers for this, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, I would like it if we had to do both of the puzzles.
Yeah, that's what
And-
I mean. But
yeah.
we don't have the time for that, especially with the numbers.
Yeah.
Like, there's too many people. But if it
Yes.
was something like that, you have to do both of them, and then like you average the time or you sum up the time,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that would be nice. Or even for the finals, I could see it like at some point doing like 2 or 3 puzzles like of very different styles, and then you win on the whatever placement. Maybe you don't go by time, but you go by some points according to the placement in all 3, and then like that gives you
Yeah.
Yeah.
the final
Yeah.
ranking.
To be
Yeah.
honest, when I found out about like having to pick from the two puzzles, I considered canceling my individual start.
okay.
Because I'm really not a fan either. Like I don't think it's very nice. It's a kind of unnecessary pressure
Yeah.
on people as well.
Yeah, and
Also, do we know how much time we have to decide for?
I
which
think you
puzzle?
unbox, you take out, and
and
you puzzle.
immediately have to start.
I don't know. Like,
Because
they
I
will
would-
say
like
nothing.
if you have like 1 minute or something, then you can at least take some time to think about it. But
Because I remember that in the teams competition, you get to discuss because it's
Yeah.
more
Yes.
people. But then I think you don't get extra time because it's just you. You don't have to discuss it with anyone.
I don't know how it's gonna be, but even if we get the explicit time to choose, I still don't like it. I don't think it makes, like, there's no case in which it makes it fair. If you have done a puzzle, like, well, it doesn't mean that you're the only one who has done that puzzle and it's gonna make you faster. If a puzzle is way easier than the other, well, everyone should choose that, and if you don't choose that, then you just hurt yourself, like, with no reason, just because like you make a mistake in picking the puzzle, which is not the skill that we are like actually
true.
rewarding people
Yeah.
when you win, because you don't have to do that in the finals. If you
Yeah.
had to do that in the finals too, and like it was like always, then like you could say, well, that's part of the skill set that you need to prove you have. But right now it's only to qualify to the semifinals, and then it's why do you need to learn to do a new thing that you might struggle more with, and it might just make you worse, because like the top people are not gonna care,
Yeah.
and everyone else, like those that are like at the edge of qualifying or not, they will, and they might get hurt by this instead
Yes.
of like being
Yeah,
helped. And
similar
so
to the
it's
country
ridiculous.
rule, it's just making things unfair-ish.
I like the country rule per se.
I am also an advocate for the country rule a little bit because like there are countries where you don't get Ravensburgers.
That is
Yeah.
true. That is a
And
fair aspect.
I think there are some tweaks to the like implementation of the country rule, like, and how to actually like have it happen. But it's also evolving. Like at the beginning, it was like you just qualify X people per country, and now it's like, well, you at least need to finish the puzzle in an hour and a
Yeah.
half, which I think is a reasonable,
Yeah.
request.
Yeah.
But I like it because it actually makes it more even at the end, like in the representation, like word representation, which I think is part of the goals. And I could also see it at some point that we move to something that is more similar to what the Nordic Championship did, and it's like
The
you actually
official-
have
yeah.
quotas per country, and then you should, like, if your country has nationals or like another country where you live in as nationals, like you should participate in those, and I don't know. prove in like real competitions that you can
Yes.
finish a puzzle in 90 minutes, or
Yeah.
you can't sign up for
Yeah.
worlds. Like that's like you don't even have quotas yet, but like it's already a start of filtering out only people that are fast enough or whatever, just to keep the numbers down, not because you don't
Yeah.
want to have infinite amount
Yeah.
of people, but
Yeah.
it should be shorter. Like we can't all afford to take 2 weeks of vacations just to go to worlds.
Yes. And in the meantime, we have 3 minutes left. So we're getting close to the end of the time. And we don't see that many people puzzling anymore.
Yeah.
So
Maybe around 20.
it almost feels like we have more people finished now than in the previous round.
No,
No?
it's not. I think it's more than 20, and so like we had a few more finishers earlier. Oh, Sandra also said, I think that is true, that with the 2 puzzles, it will make it harder to see who is in the lead while you're watching the
Oh,
stream
yeah.
and the competition. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that might also make it a little bit more interesting to watch because you have like
multiple
completely-
things.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
still for the competition you can't really compare.
There's actually a pretty practical question on YouTube, which I find very good. Do the missing pieces found get collected and displayed for those competitor who had a missing piece to check? I think so. At least most of the competitions that I have been to, they have usually like collected all the pieces somewhere, and like if you had a missing piece, you could like walk over
Yeah.
there and be like, "Hey, I have a missing piece."
I think it's usually at your table, either at your table or at the table where they are writing down the times.
Yeah, something like that.
But
Yes.
yeah, I've
And
seen that.
here's a finisher, table 59 for Germany. Ah, Lisa Braun. My screen was just there. So yes, congratulations, just in time. And another one.
So now we have the last finishes. People are
Yes.
trying to get in those last pieces.
We have round about 1 minute left. So it's those last pieces.
So close.
And so close, done! Yay! Nori from Hungary. She's actually, we have also been in the same team once or twice in competitions actually. So yes, a special congratulations to Nori now. Yes, and done. So there's still people who are done. These last seconds. Ooh, that's still so close. Oh no, half a minute.
No, I don't think.
No, not anymore. She kind of got lost in the last
Yeah.
pieces. She
But
was at a good pace before.
We saw her like at 29, and I already thought, I think it's gonna be so close, but also not done.
Ah,
She's sad.
it's really just a couple of pieces left.
Go faster.
Oh no, just go.
10 seconds. Okay,
There's no chance.
Yeah,
yeah, there is no chance either.
there's still a way to go there.
No.
Yeah, and time.
Ah.
And just those couple of pieces. Oh. Yes. But table mates winking at each other. Yes. And we're done. Thank you very much to Chiara for joining us for these last rounds. And thank you very much, Kati, for
Thank you.
joining me for this round. Yeah, I hope you had a good time commentating.
had.
And good luck for the next round.
Thank you.
Which is going to be the C group of the individual qualifications. So now, yeah, those who haven't finished their puzzle in the last few minutes, they have pieces left. They are still counting those out, and you are going to see their results also on the website of the European Championship. And yes, we are going to be back with the C round at 1:30. Thank you very much, and
Thank you.
see you in the next round. Thank you.